Hello everyone, I am talking behalf of Blazing Flame of Fire. Today I am going to discuss about peace. Peace in Hebrew is shalom. When somebody says shalom or peace unto you, it doesn't mean I hope you don't get in any trouble. It means I hope you have all the highest good coming your way. Most people in our world does not understand peace as a positive concept. All they know is a negative aspect of peace, which is merely the absence of trouble. What is the peace that Jesus gave you? The peace I leave with you, my peace I give it to you. Not as the world gives you, I give it to you. Let not your heart be troubled, or let be fearful. That is John 14:27. The peace Jesus is speaking enables the believer to remain calm in most widely fearful circumstances. It enables them to hush a cry in pain and the trial and sing in the middle of suffering. This peace is never by the circumstances, but instead affect and even overrules them. The peace that Jesus speaks is not subjective, but it is supernatural, permanent, and positive, and no side effect, divine tranquilizer. This peace is the heart calm after the storm. This kind of peace the world really wants. The peace that deals with one's own bitter part which torture them hour by hour. They want a peace that governs the present with no unsatisfied desire at their hearts. They want a peace that holds the promise for the future and which is the fear of unknown and the darker tomorrow that threatens them, and that is exactly the peace through which the guilt of the past is forgiven. Jesus Christ is the only one who gives peace. Jesus said, I give it to you. So Jesus is giving his own personal peace. It is the same deep, rich peace that stilled his heart in the midst of mockers and haters, murderers and traitors, and everything else he faced. He had a calm that was unnatural and non-human. In the midst of incomprehensible resistance and persecution, Jesus was calm. He was a rock. There's the same serenity in danger, the same calm in trouble, and the same freedom from anxiety. And what is the contrast of peace? In verse 27, Jesus says, Not as the world gives, do I give it to you. His peace is not like the peace of the world. The world peace is worthless, and only peace this world has is shallow and unfulfilling. The people seek peace through alcohols, drugs, and other forms of escapism. The fact is, apart from God, there is no real peace in this world. The world's peace does not exist. It is a lie and cannot exist. No individual without Jesus Christ can ever have peace. There are some circumstances in Bible in which Jesus demonstrates his peace even in the most fearful circumstances. So one of which is the Jesus calms the storm. So first we will discuss about that. Mark 4:35-38. And the same day when the evening had come, he said to them, Let us cross over to the other side. Now, when they had left the multitude, They took him along in the boat as he was, and other little ships there were also with him. And a great windstorm arose, and the waves beat into the ship, and so that it was already filling. But he was in his stern asleep on a pillow. And they wake him and said to him, Teacher, do you care that we are perishing? Then he arose and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And he said to them, Why are you so fearful? And how is that you have no faith? And they feared exceedingly, and said one to another, Who can this be, that even the wind and the sea obey him? Another circumstance is that when Jesus is presented before Pilate, who was the governor at that time. When Jesus appeared before Pilate, he was so calm, so serene, so controlled, and so at peace that Pilate became so greatly disturbed. He was so furious that Jesus was standing before him fearless. So Pilate said, Do you not know that I have the authority to release you, and I have the authority to crucify you? John 19:10. Then in perfect peace Jesus replied, You would have no authority over unless it had been given to you from above. John 19:11. So this is the kind of peace Jesus is talking about. This is the kind that he gives to us, and this is undistracted, fearless peace that Jesus gives to us. Another circumstance is that while Judas betrayed Jesus, Luke 22:47-51 says, And while he was speaking, behold, a multitude, and he called Judas, one of the 12, went before them, and drew near unto Jesus to kiss him. But Jesus said to him, Judas, betraying the Son of Man with a kiss. When those around him saw what was going to happen, they said to him, Lord, shall we strike with the sword? And one of them struck the servant of the high priest, and cut off his right ear. And Jesus answered and said, Permit even this. And he touched his ear and healed him. And Luke 23:33-35. And when they were come to the place which is Calvary, where they crucified him, the criminals, one on the right hand and the other on the left. Then said Jesus, Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do. And they divided his garments and the cast lot. And the people stood looking on, but even the rulers with them sneered and saying, He saved others, let him save himself, if he be the Christ, the chosen of God. Luke 23:36-39 says, The soldiers also mocked him, coming and offering him sour wine, and saying, If you are the king of the Jews, save yourself. And an inscription also written over him in letters of Greek and Latin and Hebrew, This is the King of the Jews. And one of the criminals which were hanged blasphemed on him, saying, If you are the Christ, save yourself and us. Luke 23:40-43 says, But the other answering rebuked him, saying, Do you not even fear God, seeing you are under the same condemnation? And we indeed justly, for we receive the due reward of our deeds. But this man has done nothing wrong. And he said to Jesus, Lord, remember me when I come to your kingdom. Jesus said to him, "Surely I say to you, today you will be with me in paradise." Luke 23:44-46. And it was about the 6th hour. There was a darkness over all the earth until the 9th hour, and the sun was darkened, and the veil of the temple was torn into two. And when Jesus had cried with a loud voice, he said, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." And having said this, he breathed his last. The result of peace. Most people who lack peace simply have not taken the time to pursue it. God's peace comes to those with the personal discipline to stop in the midst of storm of life and take time to seek Him. It is a condition of peace that we cease from life's activity and know Him. And He commands, "Be still, know that I am the Lord." Psalms 46:10. And to those whose mind are steadfastly fixed on Him, He gives the gift of peace. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the sons of God. Matthew 5:9. Jesus is called the Prince of Peace. Jesus is peace. Even in the Old Testament, it is mentioned in Isaiah 9:6-7. "For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, and Everlasting Father, and the Prince of Peace. Of the greatness of his government and the peace there will be no end. He will reign on David's throne and over his kingdom, establishing and upholding it with justice and righteousness from time to time and forever. The seal of the Lord Almighty will accomplish this." Thanks everyone for watching, and do not forget to subscribe the channel and like the video.